Buenos dias, day 24. Yeah. Well, we're starting to get into some rolling hills. You can see part of it there behind me, and got the flatlands. They're in the past. They're back in the east. So I'm gonna head up into some more rolling hills and look to get to the foot of the mountain here and later on today. So beautiful day. Just trekking along. So buen camino. This guy's let me stand almost next to him. That's amazing. I think he has been conditioned by thousands of pilgrims prior to today. Wow. Buen Camino, the one. I stopped in this one shop to get a tortilla, and she said no tortilla, so I got something that looked the closest to a tortilla, so she gets it out and she bags it like this, like it's a special gift or something. I might have just got myself some cake or something. Nice. Instead of a tortilla, I got myself a slice of cheesecake. Nice. But she wrapped it up, so we'll keep going. So they're doing some excavation work here by the church building in Astorga, and they got some mosaic work. Some Roman times here. It's amazing. Got this protective covering over this area as well. It's awesome. So this is called the Liceo de Gaudi. So Gaudi designed this particular, might be a church building, because it's right next to a very large church building over there. Pretty fascinating. We're here in Astorga, and nice little route here with a whole bunch of national flag represented. That's cool. So something that's going to, Lord willing, happen here in 2 days is I'm going to get to the top of this mountain, and right at the top, right around 5,000 feet of elevation, is something called Cruz de Ferro. And what the Cruz de Ferro references is the Iron Cross. And so when you get there, it's a tall wooden cross with an iron cross, I guess, on top of it. But what you find at the base of this thing is an enormous pile of rocks. And besides arriving in Santiago is probably, for many, one of the most meaningful points along the entire Camino. And if you've watched the movie The Way, you realize this, is that one of the things is that before you leave home, you take a rock or something like that, or pick up a rock early in the adventure, and you bring it along with you. And then when you get to Cruz de Ferro, the cross, the Iron Cross, is that you can, not everybody does it obviously, but for many it's a very meaningful time, is where you lay the stone or the object at the foot of the cross. And one of the main points behind that is to surrender a burden, to surrender a grief or a bitterness, to come before the Lord and say, listen, it's a new beginning on this. And it's really, it can be a very momentous opportunity. And so I have a particular object that I've brought along that I'm going to be laying at that mound of rocks there. And it's things that I've thought about for a while. But anyway, I'm going to be laying something down that's actually meaningful for me. And so I'd like to ask you to consider, is there something that the Lord is asking you to surrender to? Again, burden, grief, sorrow, bitterness, whatever it is. Join me here over the next day or two to really consider, Lord, it's time for me to surrender. As the scriptures say, it's like we cast all of our burdens on the Lord. So would you join me in really thinking about this cruise to Pharaoh moment for me, but for you as well? And is there something the Lord wants you to lay down and to pick up and to go forward in a new way on a particular area in your life? So that's coming up in the next 2 days, and I invite you to join me on that journey as well. So this is day 24, looking ahead now to the next 2 days. And so over the next 2 days, we'll be going over the next big mountain range. I'll be putting on 1,500 to 1,700 feet of elevation, about 300-ish tomorrow, then 12 to 1,500 the day after. And so I don't think it's quite, I don't know, not sure if it's challenging as the Pyrenees. At least there shouldn't be snow. And so what I was thinking and asking you is, why don't you join me in reading through the Song of Ascents in the Psalms. So Psalm chapter 120 through Psalm chapter 134 are what's called the Song of Ascents, most of them by David. And what they were for was for singing as the pilgrims would go up to Jerusalem, because Jerusalem was involved on, I don't know about top, but was in the mountains, and so people generally would have to climb, and so they would ascend to Jerusalem. And so there were songs designed for ascents. And so I'll ask you to join with me in listening to Psalms 120 through 134. You can read it out loud, you can read it quietly, obviously, or you could have it read to you. And I was listening to them over the last, I think yesterday or today, and so yeah. So maybe you can join me on ascending this particular mountain while meditating on the songs of ascent in the scriptures. So may the Lord bless you, and as you go through your day and enjoy the scriptures and what He has for you today. So buen camino.